Thank you, Colonel, and as the Senator said, thank you for your service to our nation. I had an inkling. Good afternoon. Let me first say good afternoon to you all, my colleagues in public service, to the Reverend clergy, most importantly to Debbie Rose and her family, and to all her friends and supporters, and to all of our fellow Staten Islanders, and for those who came from far and wide. Good afternoon, and let me thank you for the honor and privilege of being here with you for this much-deserved celebration today. You know, I had an inkling that I might follow Senator Schumer, and those of us who've been to some of these events, at first it's a tough act to follow, but I had quite a little bit of a sense of what he might talk about in terms of what a great event this is for the Rose family, for those of us here in Staten Island, and for our nation as well. Because I knew he'd talk a little bit about public service, and what I want to talk about is one word that describes what's inside Debbie and what really speaks to what she's accomplished. Because we know all the great things that she's accomplished in her life, and being the first woman of color to serve as an elected official, not only in the city council, but ever from Staten Island. We know that that's right. What it took was an incredible amount of courage. Now, it's not the type of courage that the Colonel and the men and women who put on the uniform of our armed services every day, and let's be mindful of them, tens of thousands of them who are standing in harm's way right now around this world. Let's keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And it's not the same type of courage that our police, fire, and all our emergency service workers exhibit every day, and we respect and honor that. But it still takes a great deal of courage to put yourself and your family through elections and standing up for what you believe in. Robert Kennedy described this type of courage and spoke to it in this way when he said, "It is from numberless diverse acts of courage and belief that human history is shaped. Each time a woman stands up for an ideal or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, she sends forth a tiny ripple of hope, and crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, these ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance." Today, my friends, with Debbie leading us on, we are on the cusp of just such a current. Debbie has all her life sent forth tiny ripples of hope. She has stayed true to her cause. She's never quit. She's showed time and time again that her strongest desire is simply to serve the people of the North Shore. She was, is, and will always be a community leader in the best sense, who understands that true leadership demands perseverance and determination. And so, Debbie, today we celebrate with you as you reap the benefits of that hard work, perseverance, and determination. But today is not a culmination, it's not an end, it's just the beginning of what we all know will be an incredible career.
It is my great pleasure to welcome former City Council member and the first Asian American to be elected to the City Council.
The day is for Debbie Rose. And Debbie Rose, she is, talk about patience, practice, and perseverance. From her days as a community organizer and activist to now as a member of the New York City Council. It's a proud moment for her, for her family, and for all of us. And I know many of us know Debbie very well. I met her many, many years ago, and she has been such a talented and tenacious person. She's certainly a tough cookie. I know because she has always been participating here in Staten Island in so many civic affairs. She's never been shy about coming down to City Hall to give us a piece of her mind. When I had the privilege of chairing the Transportation Committee, I heard from her quite often about ferries, about buses, about the railway, about the traffic. And she's been active on education issues and healthcare and economic development in this most critical time when people are still suffering in different ways. Debi Rose is the voice that this district needs at City Hall. Speakers, so I'm just going to make it very short and brief. I want to congratulate Debi and her family, but even more so, I want to congratulate all of the rest of us, the people of the 49th and the people of New York, because we are going to have an immense asset in city government in the form of Council Member Debi Rose.
Thank you very much, Colonel. You know, I have a lot of admiration for the people of the 49th Council District, because government, you know, is supposed to derive from the wisdom of the people. I think the people of the 49th District chose a leader who was not interested in business as usual. Would you agree with me? In Debi Rose, you chose a leader who was interested in reforming government and making it more responsive to the people. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Debi Rose, you chose someone who had been working in the community year in and year out to make it better in good times and bad. When it was easy, when it was hard, she was doing the work. Do you agree?
Yes.
So we're here to celebrate Debi Rose, but could I say to the people of the 49th District, could you give yourselves a round of applause for your wisdom? And I just want to say simply, if you wonder sometimes if the city government, the folks at City Hall, fully appreciate and understand Staten Island, well, I can tell you there are some very good representatives who have been serving the last few years who are making the voice of Staten Island heard already, but they're going to get a powerful kind of turbo boost now, having Debi Rose join the team. And I think if anyone at City Hall is thinking of ignoring the needs of Staten Island, it's really going to be a very bad day for them. So I think we'll all get a real lift there. And finally, I just want to say I had the honor during the campaign of campaigning with Debi Rose at Staten Island Ferry. Now, if you ever want to feel a warm, cozy community experience, I would urge you to go down to Staten Island Ferry with Debi Rose, where everyone in Staten Island is referred to as sugar, baby, honey. It's like the TV show Cheers. Everybody knows your name. You know, it's a wonderful thing. So I just want to say you've chosen well, and Debi Rose, you're going to get a lot done for this city. God bless you. Thank you.